We'll be back with more of the Mansfield Symphony Youth Orchestra right after this. A Spring Derby continues right after this. More of the Mansfield Symphony Youth Orchestra in just a moment. We'll be back with more of the Mansfield Symphony Youth Orchestra right after this. A spring derby continues right after this. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's performance of A Spring Derby, the Mansfield Symphony Youth Orchestra's annual spring concert. Tonight's performance has been brought to you by Joe Bear Plumbing and Heating and by Auto Studio. This has been a TV50 special presentation.
Good evening. Our seniors for this year are Alexander. Jason is from Lexington High School. He's a first-year member of our youth orchestra and will be attending Ohio University this fall. Jennifer Ball. Jennifer is from Hillsdale High School. She's been a member of our youth orchestra for the past 3 years. She plans to attend Cotty College to pursue a career in music. Amy Beilstein. Amy is from Mansfield Senior High, has been a member of the youth orchestra for the past 2 years. She would like to attend the College of Worcester and study to become a research chemist. John Bell. John is from Mansfield Senior High. He has participated in the youth orchestra for the past 5 years and will be attending Michigan State University this fall. Ellen Carr. Ellen is a 4-year member of our cello section. She's from Lexington High School and will be attending Bob Jones University this fall. Jeff Castle. Jeff is a 6-year member of our cello section. He's from Mansfield Senior High and will be attending Ohio University, majoring in political science. Becky Chiudioni. Becky is from Ontario High School. She's been a member of our flute section for the past 3 years, and she would like to become an elementary music teacher while attending Ohio University. Eric Detweiler. Eric is from River Valley High School near Marion. He is a first-year member of our string bass section, and he will attend Ohio State University and major in business. Beth Dess. Beth is from Worcester High School. She is in her 2nd year with the youth orchestra. Her future plans include the study of music therapy at Western Michigan University. Ken Dudley. Ken is from Lexington High School. He is a 2nd-year member of our percussion section, and his future plans include attending Miami University. Kathy Fast. Kathy is from Hillsdale High School. She has been a member of our French horn section for the past 2 years. Kathy plans to study ophthalmology at the Air Force Academy this fall. Doug Galuzny. Doug is from Lexington High School. He has been our principal trumpeter for the past 4 years. He plans to major in either music or pre-med at Ohio State or Capital University. Heather Helser. Heather is from Ashland High School. She's a 3-year member of our youth orchestra, and she plans to study speech therapy at Bowling Green State University. David Jarvis. David is from Mansfield Senior High, and he has served as our principal bass for the past 2 years. And David's plans are indefinite. Olivia Kilgore. Olivia is from Willard High School. She has been a member of our orchestra for the past 2 years, and she would like to study opera at the University of Cincinnati. Jane Coe. Jane is from Lexington High School. She is a 3-year member of our clarinet section and will be attending the University of Pennsylvania to study pre-ball. Anne Markworth. Anne is from Lexington High School, has been a member of our first violin section for the past 6 years. Anne plans plans to attend the College of Worcester and study pre-med. Paul Marquardt. Paul is from Lexington High School and has been a member of our cello section for the past 4 years. He will be attending Worcester College to major in aeronautical engineering. Kevin Moore. Kevin is from Mansfield Senior High, has been in our trombone section for 1 year. He will be attending Ohio University to major in computer science. John Neal. John is from Lexington High School, has been a member of the youth orchestra for 1 year. He plans to study music at the University of Akron. Jared Thompson. Jared is from Lucas High School and is a first-year member of our youth orchestra. He will study engineering at Ohio State University next fall. Eric Udy. Eric is from Mansfield Senior High. He is a 2-year member of our cello section and plans to attend Ohio University and major in Greek law. Amy Unruh. Amy is from Lexington High School. She has been a 3-year member of our youth orchestra, and she will major in music at Bowling Green State University. Shane Walsh. Shane is from River Valley High School near Marion, and is a first-year member of our youth orchestra. He will attend Ohio State University to major in engineering. On behalf of the Youth Orchestra, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Chiudioni for all of his hard work, patience, and dedication. It's been a great year, and we hope for many more in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, please acknowledge our seniors.
We have one final presentation to make. Before I go any further, though, one thing omitted from the program, there will be a reception in the lobby for those in attendance, as well as the members of the youth orchestra immediately following the concert. I invite all of you there. This time I'd like to introduce Mr. Alan Sanford, who is the chairman of the Youth Advisory Committee and a member of the Symphony Executive Board, to make this next presentation.
Good evening to all of you parents, grandparents, friends, neighbors, and all of you who just love music and sort of thought we might hear something special this evening. Representing the trustees of the Symphony Society, I can tell you all that I share your pride, and I must tell all of you in the orchestra that we feel that we have one of the best treasures that anyone could ever have with an orchestra such as yours. And this is one of the reasons why the award that is to be given this evening has a very special meaning for all of you in the orchestra and for all of the parents. Adeline Lichtenstein, who died somewhere, I believe, around 1977 or 8, was a very fine pianist. She was also a very beautiful gal, like many of you, and those of you who aren't fellows. No, she was a very, very gorgeous creature who was a fine pianist. She played in a concert manner, and unfortunately she became ill. She passed away, and we lost her, but not before she had been a very active participant in the Mansfield Symphony Society. She had been active in the Arts Center and many other activities that involved the performing arts, And she left a legacy that some people thought was worth remembering because she represents the kind of people who make all of this possible. Here you have performers who are doing something that is magnificent, but all of us know that it does not happen without nurturing, encouragement, sometimes very forceful, administering of punishment if you don't practice when you should. But in other words, I think Alan Lichtenstein represents those who have worked so hard to make it possible for the kind of talent to develop and the leadership which goes along with this award. Several years after her death, her husband Dan Lichtenstein died too, and some of you may not know who Dan Lichtenstein was, but he at one time was the president of the Mansfield Symphony Society. He has stood on this podium and talked to everyone about music and about our symphony. He is one of those who helped enable us to have a very fine symphony. So the two of these really are the legacy that have created an award that is to go to, and I shall just read the various qualifications, to that student, and it can be any one of the students, and it need not be one necessarily who's going to go on to college, but one who has demonstrated a very high degree of talent, leadership, exceptional attitude, active participation, and very good attendance. There are a lot of factors that have gone into this. There is a very famous person called Edward Deming, who it has been said is one of the fathers of the quality movement that's making such a difference in the number of breakdowns that you get in your automobiles and the quality of all kinds of products that we're now enjoying. And I heard him talk last week, and to all of you young people, one of the things that he said is that an orchestra, probably as much as any other single kind of an organization, demonstrates the whole idea of modern business with this new quality attitude. In other words, it's a cooperative organization. The orchestra won't sound good if you have one person playing off key, will it? So everyone in the orchestra is playing his or her best, or at least trying very hard to, and of course you are all outstanding students, and you're outstanding musicians, and so we're hearing a first-class professional sound tonight. But you're all cooperating. There's something else though that has to be there, and that is leadership. And at this time, I just want to make a special word of note and recognition for the leadership without which we would not have this marvelous performance tonight. Part of it has to do with all the work behind the scenes, and you heard her up here presenting the awards to the seniors. It was Carol Parkinson, the manager, and I would like very much if we recognize Carol because she's part of this background. Carol Parkinson. There's a single soul in this whole theater, including the orchestra, who for 1 second believes that you sound as great as you do and would all be as excited as we were if we did not have the maestro himself, Ettore Chiudioni, Eddie, Mr. C, call him whatever you want. A great deal comes from the hearts and souls of people like this. And one thing this award gives, even though it does not go to each one of you, it is a symbol that places on the shoulders of all of you a responsibility to go on as you go through your lives showing this same kind of leadership, because others will need it. And at this time, I would like to present this award with Doug Galuzny. Please come up here where I can present the award. presented by the Mansfield Symphony Society to Doug Galuzny, who has demonstrated a high degree of talent, leadership, exceptional attitude, active participation, and attendance. We are very proud of you, Doug. There's a little check that goes along with this. I didn't want to carry that away with me. Congratulations, and thank you all.